Alrighty, everyone. This is Kathy, and she has finished our 3-month program, and she is on to another 3 months of working with us. She's just really changed her whole life around. But I'll leave it to Kathy to tell us about her journey. So, Kathy, where were you before you started working with us in your health?
Well, let's just put it this way. The COVID winter was not kind to me. I live in a very tiny little cottage, and the refrigerator is almost just an arm's length away. So the winter
Yeah.
was crazy. What I learned in the beginning was I was starving myself because I was so afraid that I would gain weight. I was starving
Mhm.
myself. And then when I did get hungry, I ate all the wrong things, and I gained like 20 pounds from like October until May. It was awful.
Mm.
And I also live in a very small town that I call a fitness desert. You know, they talk about food deserts. Well, I live in a fitness desert. There's no gym, there's no nothing. So you
Mhm.
have to find a way to stay fit. And I
Yeah.
really was just really praying for somebody that I could work with remotely. And my daughter told me about Ashley, and here we are today working together. And it's been fantastic.
Mm. Yeah,
So,
I've loved working with you. And what
thanks.
what what are some of the strategies that we have implemented during these past few months that have really stuck with you?
I think for me, I thought I had an uncontrollable sweet tooth, and I avoided sweets with a passion. And so in the beginning, I bought these little teeny Haagen-Dazs that are like 3 ounce, 3, 4 ounces,
Yeah.
and I ate them every day religiously for 8 weeks. And then all of a sudden, I didn't want them anymore. And so now I have it when I want it, and but I always have it in the freezer because if I don't, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I wish I had ice cream. But if I
Yeah.
just keep some ice cream in there, I don't even think about it. I don't even want it, but it's there if I want to have it. And it really taught me that, it's okay because I did, I did well with or without it. And
Mhm.
um, I think being kind to yourself and allowing yourself and testing, like seeing when I did that, I was really surprised that at the 8 week point, I just didn't really want it anymore. And so it
Mhm.
really opened up it and created that situation where it's like, I can take it or leave it. I can do
Yeah.
things intuitively and trust my body instead of being afraid of my body.
Mm. Yeah. That's amazing, and it's so cool when we stop restricting all of these foods and actually allow ourselves to, like you said, with the little bit of ice cream that you were having, just realizing, like, it's okay to have this in balance without
Right.
having to, like, totally remove it. And
Right. And I just do like 5 bites and move on
yeah,
if I want.
yeah. So what were some of your results mentally and physically?
Oh, mentally, I have been a person that has had that diet mentality since I was probably 17 years old. And I weighed
Mm,
120 pounds, maybe, or maybe 115 pounds, but it was obviously unhealthy. And
mhm,
and that just continued through my whole life, and yo-yoing and all this. And I really had come to a point before I met you that I just decided I can't diet anymore. And but I wanted to be fit and I wanted to feel good, but I just didn't. I'd given up on any knowledge that I'd acquired as being anything of value. And
mhm,
so when I started, it was so funny, following the menu plans and making my breakfast, I could barely get through it because that's what really opened my eyes to the fact that I had been starving myself. And I think allowing myself to eat and going to family parties and saying, yeah, I can have a small slice of cake, or, and not restricting at all, and having family members go,
mhm,
can you do that? And I'm like, sure I can. And, you know, and just realizing that it's every day is just a balancing act. You're just doing a little bit each day, and over time it all balances, and it's okay to do one thing one day and do it differently the next day. And
mhm,
and also just really paying attention to my body because I do have food sensitivities, and I've learned more about my body in this process than I knew before I started, which is
mhm.
super helpful because with every one you learn, you feel a little bit better. And
Yeah.
just day to day, your energy's better. your body feels better, your inflammation is less, all of that.
Mhm.
And so I really, and then of course, my goal has never been to lose weight. I've lost about 15, 16 pounds, I think, at this point. I
Mhm.
think I'm somewhere in there. And then I've lost a lot of inches. And I would tell anybody that's doing your program, absolutely do your, measure yourself every single week, even if you don't get it on the scale, because I can
Yeah.
tell you in the first 8 weeks, I only lost 5 pounds. And if I hadn't been measuring, I would not have known I was making progress. And
Mhm.
so, um, you know, that was what kept me going, was taking my measurements and seeing, but my goal was to gain muscle. And
Mhm.
so even though, it's like during that time I lost 15 pounds, my clothes fit like I've lost 25 pounds.
Yeah.
And so that's the big great thing, is the clothes that I'm wearing, I should be at least 5 pounds lighter than I am, maybe 10 pounds lighter than I am. But because
Mhm.
I'm gaining muscle in the process, which is my goal,
Yeah.
it's happening. It's happening the way I want it to happen.
That's what happens when we gain some good lean muscle and lose fat. And
Yeah, and
that's
then and I like to move anyway. So it's like,
yeah.
so on my days that I don't have workouts with you, which I do 4 workouts a week, um, I try to ride my bike or kayak or hike or something, move my body just about every day of the week, except probably Wednesdays. That's kind of my day off.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's what I do.
That's wonderful. And Kathy is just such a powerhouse. Like she's so inspirational to those of you who are watching this. So inspiration right here to not diet for your whole life and to just
Right.
get your health under control in a sustainable way, because it's really
Well,
changed her life.
and also freeing your mind from that constant
Mhm.
dialogue that runs in your head, because the diet
Yeah.
industry wants you strapped in and ready to go at all times. And if
Mhm.
you can free your mind, it brings so much more joy into your life. You have time to do other things, because you're just not having this weird constant dialogue of what's good, what's bad, what's this, what's that, and this
Mhm.
constant judgmental type mentality. It
Yeah.
just frees it up, and you feel so much better about yourself, and all that always translates to the people around you too.
100%. It's that domino effect of like, if you're thinking this way, it's affecting other people. Same with the positive of like it's impacting the lives around you, which I've seen in your life, which is so
Mhm.
cool. So
Right.
what would you tell the people who are on the fence about starting this program? What would you say to them?
I would say this is how I see it. I see that I am going to spend money on my health, either positively or negatively, because if
Mhm.
we're not taking care of ourselves, we're going to pay it into the healthcare system in one way or another.
Mm.
And but I might as well choose how I'm going to spend my dollars, and invest in my health, and invest in not going to, having to pay for, unhealthy behaviors that, just accumulate over time. And of course, the older you get, the more real that becomes. You're no
Yeah.
longer a super person that can withstand anything.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I really feel like I made the choice to invest and use my dollars the way I wanted to, instead of being at the mercy of a situation and have to spend those dollars anyway. And so I
Mhm.
would just say, invest in yourself. Take the time, and if it takes more than the initial 90 days, invest in that, because you're investing in yourself, you're investing in your health, and in the long run, you're going to win, period.
Mhm. Oh, it's so good. Well, thank you so much, Kathy, for joining us today. We're so proud of you. So
Oh,
thankful
thanks.
to have you on the program.
It's been really fun, and I appreciate you so much, Ashley. Nathan is
Mhm.
awesome. You guys have been just there when I needed you. Answer the questions. Watch you. You pay such close attention to my food journal, and if people aren't using that as a tool, I'm just going to put a little plug out there. Ashley's watching. Ashley's listening. And then when you come,
Um,
when you have that Monday call, she can troubleshoot and she can guide you and help you. But if you're not doing it, she doesn't have those tools available. So You know,
Mm, yes.
try to take the time. I try to do it when I can, you know, when I'm doing it, but if I can't, I make sure I go back. And I also put observations into my food journal that I see and learn along the way. So I try to maximize the use of my food journal as much as possible.
Yeah, that's huge, huge for people to know about the food journal. Even my clients who I know will listen to this, making sure to do your food journal, it's huge because then when we get on a call, I'm able to see everything you're eating. It
Right.
really helps keep you accountable for you, but it also helps me know how I can help you more when what things are impacting your body, what things are causing emotional stress. You know, it's just overall such a great tool. And you've really dove deep into the whole program 100%. So great work.
Thank you so much. And again, thank you to Nathan. Thank you to you. I appreciate you guys so much.
You're welcome.